Hello Brandtokers, and welcome to our first episode in the new year 2022. I'm still your host Ojibe, your favorite host Ojibe, and I want to say a happy new year. I know this is the first time, this is our first content for the year, and obviously we had waited this long to come up with this content or to kickstart the brand talk sessions, because we wanted to take our time to strategize, re-strategize, look at the things that worked last year and figure out how to be better in serving you as a business owner. And I'd like to welcome you back, and if this is your first time of joining us on Brand Talk, welcome. Brand Talk is a social learning community for business owners, African and Nigerian business owners. I'm talking about the small and the medium entrepreneurs. Here we try to discuss everything around brand building and branding, everything around brand building and branding per se. So we will arm you with the information. We'll get guest speakers that really talk to you about how to position your business, how to help your business in creating awareness and establishing your business as a business owner, whether as a small business or a medium business owner in Nigeria and ultimately in Africa. All right. Now, today we want to go back to the basics, right? Because it's of course the first content of the year. We always try to go back to the basics. That's what we're going to be talking about: branding, and brand building. And I believe knowing this, like having this information right now from the basics, will help you as a business owner to better understand how you relate with your business. Okay, so let's start from the top. What is a brand? I want to start by telling you what a brand is not. First of all, a brand is not your logo. It's not your brand. A brand, it's not your product or your service. A brand is not your business. A brand is not your website. It's not your brand communication or business communication. It's not your messaging. It's not the campaign, the beautiful campaigns that you run. These are not brands. These are what we call brand touch points. They are elements of brand. These are the places people interact with, or the touch points you interact with your audience or customers as a business. That is what they are. Now, what is a brand? Someone said a brand is a gut feeling. It's the gut feeling of people's gut feeling about your business. A brand is basically what your reputation is. So when two people are gathered and they want to talk about your business, their opinion of your business, their feeling of your business, that is the brand. That is your brand to those two individuals, right? And you know, the best way to look at it is that you don't define what your brand is. It's actually your customers. It's actually the audience or the public that define what your brand is. Okay, now what is branding? If you're a bit confused, I'll try to further illustrate at the end when I'm done trying to differentiate what a branding and brand building is all about. Now, what is branding? Branding is what you do to reinforce the reputation or reinforce the opinion people have about your business. Look at it this way. If people feel that you are kind and you're coming out every day, your imagery shows kindness, your tone of voice shows kindness, right? Your advertisement shows kindness, your logo shows kindness. These are branding. So that's why branding, when you're talking about branding, it is not just about the logo. It's not just about the campaign, the fancy campaign you run. These are not, like I said, they are touch points, they are elements of branding, they are pillars of branding or parts of branding. That's what they are. Now, what is brand building? Brand building are the strategies or the tactics you deploy as a business to create awareness and establish your business. That is what brand building is all about. So in terms of how, whether you're innovative, how your point of differentiation, or what you call your competitive your competitive advantage, right? The strategies that you employ to create awareness for your business. So I want to further illustrate to make it quite easier for you to understand. Now, my name is Ojibe, right? And this is my face. Now, my name, let's relate it. My name Ojibe, it's like the name of your business, whether it's Dangote, Xerox, Apple, whatever it is, Kodak, whatever it is, that's the name of your business. My face is the logo. So that's why you see the Apple logo, the Google logo, your business logo. That is your face. But it's not a brand yet. When I walk into a room or when I leave a room, whatever feeling they have of me, when I interact with someone, their feeling of me, their opinion of me at that point is my brand. So if they feel like I'm arrogant, I'm nice, I'm kind, whatever it is, that is the brand. And branding is whatever I'm doing, the way I'm talking, how I'm dressed, how I'm looking, name it, my tone of voice, whatever I do to reinforce, or whatever I do to disagree with your opinion of me, that is branding. So you have to understand something, whether you want or you don't, or whether you're intentional about it or not intentional about it. Branding happens to all of us. In fact, a little child born today, people already have started having opinion about the child, right? Oh, he's black, he's beautiful, he's this, that, all this. The child has already started branding. When the child doesn't laugh it doesn't laugh too much, like he's already branding. So when you're branding, regardless of what you do, you need to be intentional about branding. So you see, branding and brand building doesn't just relate to you or relate to your business as an entity. It also relates to you as a person. Now, what is brand building? To me, using myself to illustrate the meaning of this. Now, let's say the opinion of me is I'm a fitness geek, or I'm a nerd for fitness, right? Brand building is the things I do, like going to the gym, eating healthy, things I do to build up that awareness of myself, to establish myself as this fitness expert or fitness coach. Brand building is what I do. Okay, I want to be a chef. I go to the culinary schools or the cooking schools, right, to become a world-class chef. I want to be a designer. I spend hours learning the skills, training myself, becoming better. I set up platforms where I discuss, I interact with people. These are brand building, right? So these are the skills, these are the strategies, the tactics you use to create awareness of yourself as a successful business person, as a successful man, as a successful woman. You have a successful marriage, the tactics, the skills you use, whether it's communication, how you communicate, how you solve problems. These are all brand building. Remember, brand building is all about strategies and tactics. Branding is all about the look. It's all about the feel. It's all about the tone. That's what branding is all about. Why brand is your reputation, what the opinion the audience, the public have of you. Now, in the course of this year, we're going to be digging deeper on these three elements: branding, and brand building. And we're going to be bringing in experts in different in different fields in the brand building industry to help us as business owners understand how we can position our businesses to create more awareness and then establish our business in Nigeria and in Africa. Like I always say, Nigeria is a fantastic place. It's an amazing place to do business. Forget the whole like, you know what I'm talking about, but it is still an amazing place to do business. Now, before I go, I want to just dive a little on brand building and tell you 5 disciplines that you need for successful brand building. 5 disciplines that you need. Call it 5 strategies, call it 5 categories, or whatever it is, or 5 focus points that you need when it comes to brand building, or for successful brand building as a small or medium business owner. Now, the first is you have to differentiate. Call it differentiation. What is your point of difference? How do you differ? How are you different from the rest? We are wired to notice what is different. Walk into a room where you have just white seats, right? White seats. You will notice any anomaly. Maybe if there's a red seat there, you're going to notice the red seat first. That's how the human mind, that's how we are wired to see things. So people always notice what is different. So you have to differentiate as a business. You have to figure out how can I be different from the rest of the pack? And to help you differentiate, there are 3 things that will help you differentiate, which is focus, focus, and focus. In fact, keep focusing. You have to get to that point where you realize, who am I? Who am I here for? Is my business relevant at all? Because you have to answer these 3 questions. And that you successfully answering these 3 questions will show how focused you are as a business and how differentiated or different you are as a business. I want to use our business, Yummy Drop. Yummy Drop is a business we started last year, and I remember when it all started, and because of the effect of COVID-19 and the rise of home delivery and people not going out much, we decided, okay, let's dive into the home delivery, the logistics business in Abuja. And one of the mistakes we nearly made was trying to do the same thing every other person was doing. But at the end of the day, due to consultation, mentorship, and all that, we were able to differentiate to make it into, there is no cake delivery business, there's no cake delivery logistics company in Abuja. Why don't we be the first? And trust me, it has been the differentiating factor for us, because where people talk about Yummy Drop, the first, there are those guys that deliver cake. It's different from the guys delivering everything. They deliver food, they deliver drinks, they deliver whatever you want. So you have to find a way to be different. You have to ensure, because if you are not different, if people don't notice you, then you run the risk of running down your brand or running down your business. Now, the second factor or the second discipline that you have to focus on in terms of, or you have to better understand in terms of brand building, is collaboration. You have to collaborate. Gone are the days where it's all about competition. You are competing with this person, that person. What the best way to illustrate the power of collaboration to you as a business owner, look at the movie industry. At the end of every film, at the end of every movie, look at the credit session, right? You see tons of names, from the producer, the director of arts, whatever it is, the guys in charge of music, the costumes, the location, and all that. Especially if you're watching a foreign movie, it takes about 100 people, at least 100 different skills, 100 different people to put together a movie. One movie. Check it out next time. Just look at it next time. You see all these people come together. So 2022 should be a year that you collaborate more as a business. Bring in people with the expertise that you need as a business. You shouldn't even be doing everything yourself. Bring in the people that doesn't have the expertise you have, people that will help you, if it's the brand agencies, if it's the experts in terms of employees. Get these people involved, get the stakeholders. There should be more collaboration. In fact, you should even collaborate, see your competitors and figure out how you can collaborate with those that are in the same business with you. How can you collaborate? Because it will help you in terms of brand building in 2022 and going forward. So collaboration is key. Now, the third is innovate. You have to be innovative, you have to be creative. Gone are the days, we are just strategic. It's just all about strategic thinking. No, it's now about creative thinking. Strategic thinking is, let me do the things that we know work well, right? The general rule that work well, and then of course we're going to expect the same result every other person is expecting. So maybe if we're putting in more marketing effort, we're going to, those are the strategic thinking. But the creative thinking or creativity is, those are the thoughts or the plans that scares the hell out of you. I remember when we shifted from just being a general logistics business to focusing on just cake delivery, it still scares the hell out of me, honestly, because even when we talk to people that matter, people that care about you, and they keep asking you, like, why? Or when I interact with people, they keep asking, why is it just cake delivery? Like, does people celebrate birthdays every day? Don't you think that way you won't make much money? Why don't you incorporate, add food, add this, add that, trying to get you to extend the brand. But that is bad brand extension, because in doing that, I'm just thinking about the short-term benefit, which is the profits and all that. But I'm not thinking about the purpose, because the long-term benefit is to have the purpose drive the purpose of the business, drive whatever extension we want to have in the business. So at the end of the day, the ideas that scares you the most, those are the creative ideas. Go for it. It's going to work in the long run. It's not a short-term thing, right? It's not something that just how do I put it? It's not something that just works. It's not magic. It's a process. That's what creativity is all about. And it also gives you, and creativity doesn't mean that, that's just how it is because it scares you. You look at it, you iterate, you look at the things that are working, the things that are not working, because that's exactly what we did. When we started, we brought in the customized boxes, the new bikes and everything. We started building structures, because after the test runs and some of the lessons we learned from the initial test runs, we built in structures. We added cooling system into the delivery box, which allows our cakes to run in whatever weather, be it a very hot or a very cold weather. The box has a cooling system. It has a structure that doesn't allow the cakes to move around. They are just stuck in the place. So you see, and we'll keep iterating, we'll keep looking for ways to innovate, to be innovative about it. We're using Google Maps. We don't have to ask you, trying to use technology. Like I said, the idea must scare you. It should scare you, because that's only where you're sure it is innovative. Now, the fourth is validation or validate. Gone are the days where businesses make this monologue conversation. When I mean a monologue conversation, is that conversation businesses used to have back in the days, where you design a product or a service, you just go to radio or television, blast it, or in terms of advertisement, and just send it to the market, and people don't have any choice than to buy it, all right, because it's what they need. Of course, when you design a car, I want to buy a car and all that. These days, business is more about a conversation. It's about dialogue. It's about talking to the audience and then understanding what they want. Someone said, and rightly said, before you start a business, you have to build your audience first. So you have to go out, you have to listen to what your audience want. Listening, is this product, is this service really what they want? Have that conversation, and not just before building the brand or before building the business. It's the conversation that keeps going. There's a feedback. That's why every business right now is on social media. Most businesses right now have their website where they collect feedbacks. They encourage their customers or their consumers to keep talking to them, keep giving them information. Is this good? What do you suggest? And that, using these suggestions, they are implementing some of these suggestions, using them to change their taxes, using them to change their strategies, using them to change the design, the experience. Because you have to understand right now, business is no longer about efficiency. It's no longer about effectiveness. Business is about experience right now. And I'd like to encourage you to watch the video on service design that we did last year. I'm going to leave the link so that you understand what we mean by business is all about experience. And we're going to be talking more about these three aspects of business, the efficiency, effectiveness, and experience. But right now, business is about experience. The experience your employees get, the experience your customers or your consumers get. So you see, that's why validation isn't just for your customers or your consumers. You have to be validated by your employees, by the people that work with you. You have to be validated by the general public. That's why you have to, because these are the things that keep your business relevant. Are you having that conversation? What is your social media platform being used for? What is your brand touch point? Do you allow for feedback? Do you discuss, have that honest conversation with your target audience or with your audience and figure out what is working for them and what is not working for them? Now, the last but definitely not the least is cultivate. Business, brand building is a relationship. It's not a one night stand, right? If you're married, your wife, your husband, the reason you're here today is as a result of relationship that started from strangers to being friends, and then ultimately building a future together, being partners for life, right? So that it's a relationship. Brand building is a relationship. So you have to keep showing up all the day, all the time. You have to be consistent. Be consistent in your messaging, in your design, in your behavior or your personality. Be consistent in your purpose. Be consistent in working, aligning your strategies and your tactics to the brand, to the overall brand purpose. So you have to show up, you have to keep showing up, you have to build that relationship. Business is a process. It's not a one night thing. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. That's what brand building or building a business is all about. So like I said, the 5 disciplines: differentiate, collaborate, innovate, validate, and cultivate. So I believe I've been able to help us establish what a brand, what branding, and what brand building it's all about. Okay, so that we don't get it confused anymore. When you want to design a campaign, that's not a brand, that's not branding. It's part of branding, all right, but it's not branding. Or when you're thinking about brand, it's not your logo. That's not what it is. Like I said, we're going to be having much on this. We're going to be digging deeper from the subsequent videos, from the subsequent podcasts, from the subsequent contents. We're going to be digging deeper into what this entire branding and brand building is all about. So you just have to sit tight and realize this plane just took off. So tighten your seatbelt, fasten your seatbelt, and like I always encourage you, right, this is your community as a business owner, right? If there is something that you see as a challenge, if there's some sort of question you have, feel free to get back to us. Feel free to send us that email at the brandtokcommunity at gmail.com, or you can reach out to me personally on Instagram at Ojibe. That is at IKOJIBE. Reach out to me, send me the DM, ask me the question. If there are things you want us to talk about, of course, reach out to us here on Brand Talk and we'll be happy to discuss that. All right, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.